Hello everyone, it's Sue again. It's been a little while again between videos. Had lots happening, so today I just thought I'd do a little craft with me or procrastinate with me. I'm supposed to be finishing off a couple of journals, and I've also got a pop-up shop happening here in my city in the end of October. And I've got all these ideas, and I've just haven't sort of started putting anything together yet. So I'm obviously procrastinating because I'm finding heaps of other things to do that could obviously wait. But I thought I'd just share with you this storage book. So everybody's been making those folios to store all their bits and pieces in, and they're absolutely beautiful. I just don't have the time to be doing that at the moment. And I happen to be we have Officeworks here in Australia. Love Officeworks. I can't go in there and not walk out with nothing. If you can hear a big clomping around and everything, I'm actually wearing a moon boot at the moment. Long story. I won't bore you with the details, but I'm in it for 6 to 8 weeks. So the amount of things that I've knocked over in my room here is ridiculous, but that's what the big clomping noise is. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I went into Officeworks this day. I think I went in for a pen, and I came out with 4 of these. So what they actually are they business card holders. And so I'm just going to use them to store all my little bits and pieces. You know how you collect all this stuff and all your little bits and pieces get lost. And so I just thought, well, yep, that's what I'm going to do. And they're similar, I guess, to those folios that everybody's making. And I can just sort of slot them on beside a cupboard and know where they all are. So I managed to get 4. Now they were $34.95, reduced down to $5. What a bargain. And it's like a linen cover. It's got this I don't know, it's a really sturdy. So I grabbed, there were more than 4 there, but some of them the buttons were coming off and they were a little bit knocked around. So I got the 4 best ones that I could find, and I'm really loving them. So I thought what I wanted to do was decorate them. So this is what they look like undecorated. So just fairly plain. They're pretty big, so I hope I'm getting it all in frame. So they're bigger than A4, I think. Might be fool's cap size. So this is what they look like undecorated. I have done one. I was playing around with it the other day, and then I thought, oh, while I'm procrastinating, why not do a craft with me? So that's what I've done. Otto brand is what it is. And they had some in like a grey felt as well. May even go back and get a few more because they'll come in so handy, really handy. So that's what I thought we would do today, is just play around and procrastinate while I'm supposed to be doing hundreds of other things. Of course this needed to be done, so as you can see, I haven't got them full yet, but I've only just started putting some bits and pieces away, and as I find them I'll put them away. So this folder here I'm going to use for smaller botanical pieces. So even if I've got any, smaller fussy cut pieces, I might even keep them in here. You can only access from one side, which is a little bit of a pain, but it makes sense. So what I've done is so that I can see from the other side, I've just doubled them up. So that when you tip over, you can see other ones as well. So, and then as I use them, I'll just fill them up and so on. So there's heaps of space in them. So that's the one that I did the other day. Cute, hey? Okay, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to use my beautiful all my Tim Holtz fabrics. I've got so many of them and I'm hoarding them, and it's just pointless. I may as well utilize them. So what I thought, I have pre-cut these. These are 4 inches wide by I think it was 13 inches high. So I've pre-cut them and sewn. You probably can't see so much on this one, but I've sewn around because I want it to fray, but I didn't want it to completely fray, and I'm just going to glue this on to each spine. So this one here I thought I would use for labels and tickets is my thought process with that. So so that's why I'm using that fabric. This one here I'm going to use for postage stamps and maybe little bits of ephemera. I don't have heaps of stamps, although once you start putting them away you have more than what you realize. And this one I'm going to put butterflies and birds, or like animals, like, yeah, that sort of thing. So that's why I've got the butterfly one. And as I said, on all of these I have sewn around. I'm not overly concerned about that not being ironed. I don't think you really notice that once it's all put together. So let's get started, I guess. We may as well get started, and I'm just going to glue, trim the threads on where I've sewn, because I don't want them too long. I still do want the threads hanging because I like that style. And then I'm just going to glue, so I should have cut it hopefully to size. So I'm just going to glue that to the spine there. So I'll just make sure I'm still recording. It's very shadowy, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can see okay. All right, so just going to glue this. I'll put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And my glue has just had an explosion, so we need to clean that up. So, yeah, I hope you're all doing well and managing to get a little bit of crafting time in. I did manage to get my mojo back, and then I got back into exercise, and I'm trying to get, not so much, I mean, I'd like to lose some weight, but more so get fit. So I started back swimming. I love swimming. I used to be head of the swimming team when I was at school, and I could just swim for hours and hours. I don't feel like it's exercise to me. So I started swimming, and I tell you what, I felt it, because I haven't done swimming for probably, I don't know, well over 6 months. I did do it when I had moved away for a little bit. I joined a gym and I did it for a little while, but anyway, yeah, I started back and really enjoyed it. And then the next day, my partner normally does all the vacuuming, which is really lovely. And he has really bad knees and bad back, and he was struggling a bit. So I said, oh, I'll do it. So, so I did it, and sorry, I can't do this and talk at the same time, which is, I normally can. So I'm just going to try and put that on as straight as I can. And I need to, it's making a big mess of it now. So I haven't put a heap of glue on it because I didn't want it to show through the fabric. I still just put it back in exactly the same spot. That should do it, I think. And I'm just wrapping it around. I didn't want the glue to seep through the fabric. Not that on this one you would probably notice it so much. And just pressing that down just so it adheres. And I mean, that's nice in itself, isn't it? I'm gonna glue all on my fingers. So I'll do the other two, sorry, while I'm chatting away. So anyway, I decided that I said, no, I'll vacuum. Don't want you to hurt yourself. And I was vacuuming, and we've got I mean, just for the two of us, our house is quite big, really. It's a bit ridiculous, but we needed that size to fit everything, all our furniture and everything in. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to line it up so that I get approximately half and half, and then I'm going to glue one half and then tip it over and do the other half. That's how I did the first one, so I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. So probably something like that, I think. Probably can come forward a bit more. Love these Tim Holtz fabrics. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Anyway, so yeah, I vacuumed, and afterwards, in my foot, I could hardly walk. I didn't know. I don't know. It just was really, really sore, and I felt something go pop when I was vacuuming in the back of my ankle. And I'm like, oh, that's really odd. Didn't think anything of it. And just had this horrible, like really, really bad pain right up both sides of the back of my ankle. I don't know. I can't explain it. So, yeah, dreadful pain. So I didn't really, I don't know. I don't really sort of worry too much about pain, and I have arthritis in my feet anyway, and I just thought, oh, it's probably just all stemming from that, and just sort of pushed it to the side. And then the next morning I had to be up at 5 o'clock and take my mum to hospital because she was having a procedure done. And when I got up, I nearly fell over straight away because of the pain and trying to walk. It was just excruciating. So I got mum off to the hospital and got her settled, and stayed with her for a while. And then when I left, I thought, oh, there has to be something wrong. I think I'm just going to go try and make an appointment to see the doctor. Couldn't get into the doctor until late the next day, late in the afternoon the next day. And so I took the appointment, once again, not sort of worrying about it too much, until as I was going through the day, I just thought, oh, I can't stand the pain, because Panadol wasn't doing anything to help it. That's a little bit crooked, but it's all right. Panadol wasn't doing anything to help it, so I ended up ringing the doctor and saying, look, is there any chance that I can get in, because my doctor wasn't there on that day, is there any chance I can get in to see her husband? And he had an appointment that afternoon at 1 o'clock. I said, I have to take it. So they popped me in, and I went. And when I actually got there, my doctor was finishing in the morning, and she got stuck there a little bit longer than what she had expected. So she stayed behind to see me, which was really lovely. And anyway, after we managed to try and get me in for an ultrasound and what have you, I have partially ruptured my Achilles tendon. So we've been joking around, my partner and I. The moral of this story is don't exercise and don't do housework. So just craft all the time. Sounds good to me. If only we could do that. So yes, I have to be in a boot. Luckily, we spoke to a, what do you call them? A orthopedic surgeon, and they don't operate on a partially ruptured Achilles tendon. They only do that if it's fully ruptured. So I'm basically stuck in this monstrosity of a moon boot for 6 to 8 weeks. So I am not overly impressed. So I've had over a week off work. I've told my workplace that I would like to come back on Saturday, so they're not allowing me to do 2 days in a row. I mean, I guess I'm restricted to a point, but and I work in retail, so I am on my feet all day. So they're great though. They're going to bring in a stool for me to sit on behind the counter if I need it. But I think I'll be right. I've just got to be careful because the boot's so big and bulky that I don't go knocking down any displays or anything like that. That's the only thing I'm really worried about. I know I'll probably be exhausted after the day's work because it's you know, it is a heavy boot, and I've got to walk. If I walk around in it, yesterday I had a really busy day doing bits and pieces, and by the end of the night, by the end of the day yesterday, last night I was just so exhausted, and it was ridiculous. So I'm sure I'm going to be had it, but I like to work, so I need to get back, and I can't be off work for 6 to 8 weeks, so I just have to learn to live with it. So that's what's happening for me. I will be back in 2 seconds. I just need to go and get a drink of water. Won't be a moment. Okay, sorry, I'm back again. Okay, so I've glued the spine on those 3, as you can see. I might just start with this one. So this one I'm going to put labels and tickets in. And I really don't know what I'm doing, what I'm going to do, so it might be all over the place. I did want to use this because I was inspired by Tanya Samuels. If you just search for Tanya's details in YouTube there, you will find her. She does some beautiful work, absolutely beautiful work. I was inspired by her to use this cork fabric that I purchased from my workplace, and I've just stuck it to the side like you do with everything else and haven't done anything with it. But she had actually used it and made a book plate. So I'm going to do something similar. Oh well, yeah, she cut out, punched out or cut out, I'm not sure, a hole in this, so I'm just going to use it. I'm going to put eyelets in 4 corners, and then I'm just going to put a label on top. But I think I want to layer a bit like I did with this one here. I don't know, just for a little bit of interest, and you know, so it's a little bit tactile. So I really, as I said, I really have no idea what I'm going to do. I've really been procrastinating big time today. So I've sat, and I love Etsy and so many of these amazing women that have printables, and I keep buying printables and I don't use them. Look at this huge amount. I have sat and printed all these out today. So with me not being able to get around so much, I'm doing a little bit more sitting down. So I thought what I would do is print these out so that I can then sit down. When I feel like sitting down, I can actually do something. So yeah, it's a big procrastination video today. Some beautiful goodies there. So I've done that. I just don't know. So I've got some papers here, some Tim Holtz papers and 7 Gypsy papers. And I've got these labels here too. I've actually put some of these in my Etsy store, if any of you are interested. So they're woven fabric labels, and I think I've actually used one on here on a Hessian pocket that I've made for a journal. So they're beautiful, nice little addition to your journals or your ephemera. So I'll try and remember to put the link down below. So I just don't know whether I want to use one of them. If any, I'd probably use that one. I might put the eyelets in here first. So I'm going to punch that with the with my crocodile. And oh boy, I've got a mess. I think I'll use that colour, or will I use silver? No, I'll use the antique gold, I think. So I just need 4 of those. Okay. So it's gotten really dark. That's probably why it's a little bit more shadowy here as well. It's gotten really dark outside all of a sudden. I just had to, while I went and got a drink, I thought I've been, had some paper out there drying in the sun, which is now gone. So I thought I'd better bring that in too so it doesn't just become mulch. Okay. Not sure, I might have done that too close now. But I'm just going to do this and I'm just going to set them. They're a little bit close, but I'm not going to stress about it too much. Let's do that. I've got that on the wrong setting. Yeah, so we'll do that. So I can't seem to turn a trick lately. I suppose, like I said to Jim the other day, at least I've done it now and not in March next year when we get married and we're going on a very exciting honeymoon. I'm not going to tell you the details of that just yet. We're still in the process of organising it all and working out our itinerary and everything. So once I get that all sorted, I'll let you all know. Yeah, it's so exciting. We're both beside ourselves with excitement. So I've punched these really close. I probably could have done them a little bit further in, but it doesn't matter. It's I don't think you really notice too much. I'm not too stressed about it, so just punch all these, put these in. I just want to punch this one again because I had it on the wrong setting. There we go. So yes, thank you, Tonya, for your inspiration. I just loved, please make sure you go and check her out. She's amazing. The things that she does, they're beautiful. Her journals and bits and pieces. So do I want to put that on there? Or do I try one of these labels that I've got in here? Have a look. Let's have a look at this one. So it's that or that. I think the smaller one might look better. Yeah, okay. I think we'll just go this smaller one here. And I'm just going to stick it on there. I'm just going to do a little bit of inking around it beforehand. So I've just cut, I think with the botanical images you saw in the first folder, I have some of those I have already inked around. But I'm not going to do that when I cut all these out and put them in there because I'll just ink them as I use them or as I need them. So I think what I'll do is I'm just going to just glue that onto that, quite like that. Need to refill my glue as well. So I thought I'll get this out of my system and do this, and then I need to get on to finishing. I've got a design team project that I need to be done by the end of August. That's fine. I pulled bits and pieces together and I've got ideas in my head. I'm still trying to finish off a journal that I'm doing for a journal swap with the beautiful Maddie. So I just need to get that done as well. We put all this pressure on ourselves. I just want it to be perfect, and I'm so frightened that it's not going to be. So yeah, I just need to get in and I just need to do it and stop mucking around. So I think I'm going to do, I think what I might do with this one is I'm just going to cut. It's going to cut down here. Sorry, I was just thinking a minute. Am I going to do that? So, and I'm naughty cutting into full sheets. I've probably got scraps of script paper lying around everywhere. But I need to cut this because it's not straight and it's annoying me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this bottom bit here and ink that. And I'm going to fiddling and diddling around. Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to do it that way, I think. So I need to trim down this side first. Sorry for bumping the camera. So I need to work out approximately. So I think if I do it about here. And then I just need to trim this side where I cut with the scissors. It's crooked as anything. So if I do something like that, I don't want to take a bit more off the side. Just playing around. Do I like that side better now? No, I'm just going to stick with the script because there's all this writing on this side here. So I'll keep that side going. So I'm just going to roughly ink around the edge of that. And I'm going to glue that on there, I think. So I'm going to leave this one reasonably simple. And I've got all these tags here that I started dyeing and fiddling with the other day. And I've got a bit of scrap there that I was using on some tags. So just thinking, since it's for labels and tickets and that sort of thing, I might even just hang something like that off there. That might be cute. Maybe even if I just get rid of the string. Okay, let's have a play around. So, and then I've got this little bit here. Maybe I can do that, and maybe see, now I'm just adding all this extra. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that to that little tag. My partner Jim's gone to town for a nana nap, so I've jumped in quickly to hopefully try and get this video done, because if you've watched me before, I'm really, I don't know, I'm really self-conscious. I just can't do a video when he's around to listen to me, which is really silly when you think about it. But anyway, that's just me. So I'm just going to trim the back of this, tip this over and trim from the back. Just that excess paper. With so much glue on my fingers, everything is getting stuck. So I should have inked that. Can I ink that? No, that'll do. Stick that back down. I'm just going to ink around the edge. I was just thinking of adding this. So what I might do is put an eyelet, just a smaller eyelet in there. So let me just change this to that. And I'll re-punch that hole. Sorry, I'm not very talkative today. As I said, I'm exhausted from lugging this stupid boot around. I got that on the wrong setting too. Not setting it properly. Be on that one. I'm thinking that I might just do something like that and then just stick this on. I don't know whether I like that, but anyway, I'm going to do it. I could fiddle around for hours. I'm sure you don't have hours. I've got hours to procrastinate because that's what I seem to be doing a lot of lately. I'm just going to glue this down. So I don't want to go overboard with the decoration on these. I just wanted to, rather than just leave it plain. I mean, it could be even nice just doing the spine, I suppose, in the Tim Holtz fabric, but I just thought I'd just do a little bit of decoration because then I can just go, okay, this one's got labels in it. You know, the other one I had botanicals on it. That's got the flowers and botanicals in it. That was my thought process anyway, so... Okay, get rid of all this mess off here. So I'm going to glue this down, but I need to leave this one unglued because I'm going to put a bulb pin in there to hold that tag, I think. So I'll glue this down. So I need this one unglued. Well, they're not going to glue down very well anyway, are they? So hopefully this will glue down okay. I'm just going to do it. I've got glue strands everywhere. I'm sorry if my head's in the way. I'm just going to glue that down like that. And I just need to find myself a bulb pin. What's that? Just need to find myself a bulb pin. I'll be right back. Might be a second. Oh. So I'll just be a second, and everything with this bloody thing takes so much longer. Okay, so thinking I'm just going to attach it. Maybe, no, it's too big. Find a antique gold bulb pen if I've got one in here. There we go. Going to add that in there, and that'll just hang down like that. I don't know, it's fairly plain, but I think it's okay. And as I said, I am just going to do it. Otherwise, we'll be here for hours. And probably not such a good idea to be doing it on top of my book either, because I can just imagine that I'll be getting glue everywhere. Let's hope I don't. So I'm going to stand up to do this so I can see where I'm actually putting it. So I just think somewhere like that. I'll take my glasses off now so I can see. This is a bit crooked. I've gone a little bit crooked as a dog's hind leg there, but it'll be fine. So just press that down, and then we just have a little bit of an interactive piece there as well. So that's quite cute. I might put like labels and tags on there. I don't know, what do you think? It will do. So that's the labels and tags one, and that's the botanical one. That's my favourite so far. So this one, we'll do the butterfly one next. And when I was looking through, I actually liked this little guy here because it's in the similar colours as that. So I think I'm going to use him on the front, and I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ink this first. I'm going to ink that. What have we got here? A big mess. Maybe I can see, I've cut this one down before. Maybe I can use that. Use that in it, maybe. I don't know. This is so hard when I haven't sort of. I'm a really slow crafter, so I haven't pre-thought any of this other than the fabrics for the spine. So I'm sort of flying by the seat of my pants, and not very successfully by the looks of it. So I'm just having a bit of a look through what these were just on my desk, so I just thought I'm going to see if I can use any of these, and none of them are taking my fancy at all. Okay, and I don't think I like that. I'll leave that there, that one, just in case. I do have these that I have printed off, and I can't remember. I think these are Tsunami Rose. So they might be quite nice. And then I've got these here that are antique papery. They're a little bit pastel though, aren't they? Yep, okay. Got this. This is what I used on the botanical one, but there's no reason why I can't use it again. I think I like it better than the other one. And maybe use one of these cards with the butterflies on. Or even maybe this with that on. Let's cut that out and have a look. Just get rid of. I'm just going to roughly cut it out to start with. So, well, that's pretty. Might even just cut that one out too. So wedding plans are all full steam ahead. We've spoken to another caterer yesterday. He was so lovely. You know, it's funny, as soon as you say wedding, the price just goes up phenomenally. It's amazing. Jim and I have both been married before, and look, I mean, we're excited about the day. It's a very special day. You know, we love each other dearly, and we're looking forward to, you know, like just starting our life married life together and committing to each other and, you know, doing all that sort of thing. But we don't want anything big and fancy and formal and all that sort of thing. So we've just really struggled to find somebody that's not over the top, if you know what I mean. So we've got our venue. So we're really, really excited about that. And we're just trying to find a caterer that can just do, we just want to, what we basically want, it's going to be a small wedding. What we want is just for our family and our close friends just to be able to enjoy the evening and just have it like a huge big family dinner where everybody laughs and talks and interacts with one another and that sort of thing. That's where we're thinking. And you know, all the caterers, they want to do formal sit-down meals and all that sort of thing. We just don't want to do that. We just really, really struggled to find someone that can, we were thinking we don't want to do buffet. I mean, we're probably a little bit picky. We don't want to do buffet. We don't want to do alternate drop. What we wanted was to have food on huge big platters in the middle of the table. We were wanting to hopefully have like all the tables put into one huge big square or one big rectangle or two huge big tables where people actually have to say, oh, excuse me, can you pass the whatever, you know, that sort of thing. Very rustic and natural and just that sort of thing. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is we met with another caterer yesterday, and the other caterer that we saw last week, we told her our budget per person and she came back $13 per person over, which I just didn't understand. I'm just like, if you can't do it within the budget, and our budget was quite reasonable, if you can't do it within the budget, wouldn't you come back and just say, look, you know, yeah, it's not possible. I can't do it in that price range. But she's come back $13 over our budget per head. So we just like, and it's all really everything that we said we wanted, she's not given us. Anyway, so we had this appointment with this other caterer yesterday, and he was so lovely, and we just said, this is what we want. We've looked at your menu. This is the options that we want, but we don't want a buffet. We want platters on the table, blah, blah, blah. And he said, yep, sounds great. We were there 15 minutes. He was so nice. We'd spoken, obviously, via email prior to this. Last night we got the quote, exactly what he said it would be. So we've gone ahead and we've told him to draw up the contract, and we will go ahead with him. So we've got food now, food for everybody to eat, which is good. Guys, I'm quite liking that. I like this little bit of colour and like the floral as well. So I'm thinking that I'm going to go with that. I'm going to add a little bit of cheesecloth, I think, underneath. Just for a little bit more texture. Let me just have a look. I'll just cut some of this. Yeah, so anyway, we've got the venue booked, we've got caterers, we've got the cake organised. What else have we got? I have no idea what I'm wearing. Jim's pretty much already worked out what he's wearing. So we just have to, we'll get that closer to the date. Sorry, I'm just going to fiddle around with this and just see. Do I do it this way? I've got so much glue on my fingers I can't, everything just keeps getting caught up in it. Maybe if I do that. I don't mind that. I mean, I don't want this to be over the top either. I just want it, you know, fairly fairly simple. So I'm going to glue that to that. Hopefully it can stay where I had it placed. Yeah, so we're getting there. We've got beverages organised. We're going to do our, well, we're just going to do cheese platters for after the ceremony for our guests to, when they have a few drinks while we get a few photos taken. The caterers are they just charge phenomenal amount for, I mean, I know it's their time and their effort as well, but for us, I mean, we're having a 4 o'clock wedding and probably sit down for dinner at 6. So, I mean, I don't think our guests are going to be wanting to eat a whole heap of food while they're waiting for us to get our photos taken. So we're thinking maybe just some beautiful big cheese platters. So we're going to do them ourselves. My sister and my mum, I'm sure, will help with that on the day. So, because one lady wanted to charge nearly $400 for 2 cheese platters. I'm just like, you're kidding me. So, I'm just going to cut that bit off. It's annoying me. There we go. Look at that. Nice and yeah, so that's what we're thinking of doing. So I think it's all starting to come together. I'm starting to feel a lot better about everything. We've chosen our entertainment for the evening. We've got this amazing young guy who he is just on a guitar, so just acoustic on his own. So he's going to sing for about 5 hours, and obviously we'll do a playlist that he can play during his breaks. Another thing we've got to do is we're actually going to buy our own crockery and cutlery and that sort of thing. We were looking at so for 40 to 50 plates and knives and forks and that, we're looking at about another $400 just to hire them. And we went and priced some yesterday for us to actually buy them, and we can get everything that we need, including glassware, for about under $200. And we just figure, well, we've got them then if we do want to entertain again down the track, or if any of our family want to entertain, they can always use them. So I just can't warrant spending $400 on something that we don't have at the end of it. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's, I don't know, because we want to basically keep our money for the honeymoon, and you'll understand why when I tell you where we're going. So that one's so this one's for butterflies and birds, and I think that's quite cute. I mean, they're very, very, very simple, not a lot to them, but like a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest. So we'll do the last one, and I think I was going to do it for stamps, wasn't I? So I've got no stamps in there at the moment. I've got them all just sitting here. That'll be my job tonight, I think, when I've had enough, and I'll sit down and sort them all out. So what am I going to do? I want to add some stamps, obviously, on the front. And I've got this Australian stamp catalogue that I picked up at one of the op shops here. So I'm thinking, how cute would that be, even one of the pages out of there. So I hope this video is not taking too long. Okay. I'll just be back, guys. I can hear banging or something outside. I'll be back, won't be long. Hi, I'm back. It's just my neighbours. I have no idea what they were doing, but they're making a hell of a noise. Okay. So I was thinking maybe one of these pages, but it's very yellow. What have I got? I've printed off today some postcards. Let me just have a look in my a huge pile. This is ridiculous. I'll be busy, aren't I? I've got Tsunami Rose and Tracy Fox and Antique Paperie. I've got Nectar's Creations. I'm just wondering whether to do... I know that I printed off quite a few postcards of daisies, so I'm going to grab those and just have a quick look through. So these are just blank postcards. I don't know. I don't think I want blank. I think I want something decorative on them. Okay. Something like this probably. I'm thinking. My pile's just going to go everywhere. Oh, I've got one there. I'm sure that I had more. Sorry guys. Oh dear. I so need to clean up my room. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's got botanicals on there. What I'll do is I'll put a couple of actual stamps on top so that, I mean, I'll know what they're there for anyway. What's inside, I mean. I'm liking those. All right, let's have a look what we've got here. So, just having a little bit of a play around. They're quite big though, aren't they? Just now, what did I do with those? I'll be right back, guys. Hang on a sec. Okay, I'm back. Can you tell I like Tim Holtz? These are a heap of ephemera bits and pieces that I've cut out since I've done my heel, my ankle, or whatever it is that I've done. And I think there was some tiny little postcards. So these all these see, that could go in that butterfly folder. I'll keep that out. So these I will all probably glue onto coffee dye paper and sew around, or just stick them in. So there's a botanical. Stick them in the these folders that I've got happening now. But I'm sure there was some little postcards that I had cut out. Look at this, I'm finding all these now. It's good though. Tracy Fox bits and pieces. I'm sure there was some mini postcards in here somewhere. Here, look. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So, I think, I'm not sure whether I said as well, this is one of Sandra from Inkwell Wishes labels. She does, she's got some lovely labels, and she also does some beautiful cigarette, miniature cigarette cards. I love them. So I'll try and remember to put her link down below as well. So head on over and check her out if you haven't already done so before. So I think these are the old design shop. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure I had, there was so many postcards. Now when I want to find them, I can't find them. So these are Sandra's cigarette cards. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. They're so beautiful just to use on tags, on your pages. So I'm going to keep them aside too and put them in my, and then she sells the back side of them as a printable as well. So I'm going to put these in my botanical book. May as well while I'm going through them as I find them, I suppose. Why can't I find the little postcards? Maybe I'll have to just stick with the one that I found. Maybe. And these are more of Sandra's little cigarette cards. Aren't they cute? Perfect size for tags. I'll just show you. If I can find one. So obviously, well, you don't have to, I suppose, but I would decorate the tag as well, but they're just perfect size. Love them, absolutely love them. I think I might have to go back to Officeworks and get some more for people now that I'm doing this. Jim will be happy because he'll have to drive me. Okay, I don't know. I can't find. How cute's that? I don't know who that is. That's cute too. I can't find any more of the miniature postcards. Let me just have a quick look in here. I'm just looking at that because there's blue down here. I know that's like a bluey green, but maybe I can layer that. Oh, guys, I've got so much stuff. You know what? If you would like, if you would love me to send you some little bits and pieces like these things, I have so much I am more than happy to share. I will pop my email down below as well. So shoot me an email with your address details and everything, and I will shoot some off to you, honestly. I've got so much stuff, and I know especially I've got a lot of new subbies that have started following me recently, and that's the same, and that are just starting out on their junk journal journey. Try and say that fast. So if you would like me to send you some little bits and pieces, just shoot me an email. Yeah, I'm more than happy to post. I don't care if you're international, just so long as, like, I'm not driving at the moment, so just so long as you're happy to wait for a few weeks for me to get it posted, I'm more than happy to do that for you guys. I'd love to do that. So anyway, off on a tangent there. So, but yeah, I just was thinking I've just got so much stuff, it's ridiculous. I'm never going to use it in my lifetime. So okay, so what am I thinking? I don't really know what I'm thinking. I'm really stuck on this one. So layering, and I just think this is a little bit too yellow for my liking. And I keep going back to this paper. It's really, I love this, I think it's a Tim Holtz one. But do I want to use it again, is the question. And I say, why not? Why not? I'm just grabbing what I've got on my desk today. As I said, I'm procrastinating, so I should be doing something else. So I just need to get this done, and then I can probably move on. Move on to what I'm supposed to be doing. So poor old Maddie, she's been so gracious, and I know she's been busy as well, but I will get your journal to you. I promise. I promise. I'm just going to ink around this as well. So, do I go... Do I have that off there like that? No. What if I go that? What stamps have I got? Look at this gorgeous little stamp. I've just... Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. Is that... Oh, it's not a real stamp. I've cut it out of a... Oh, that's right. I remember now. I've cut that out of a... What do you call it? Like, well, sort of like this. Don't want green though. Doesn't matter. I think they must cut all these out. Oh, these are going to be fun to put in that book, aren't they? I don't really know what I'm doing, guys. I'm really struggling here. So I just want to sort of layer, you know, like maybe... Is that too much? Probably all yelling at me. As I said, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just it's just to decorate the front, just to make it have a little bit of fun. Look, I don't mind that. I'm wondering whether actually to put a little bit of and they're Australian photos of or prints of Australian stamps. So just thinking maybe a little bit of like a ruffle or something. What do you think? Hang on a sec. I will be back. Okay, back again. I thought I was going to do a ruffle in this originally, which would be okay. And then I remembered, and it's ridiculous what we keep, but I remembered that I had a piece of this strip here on the end, like tiny, well, that wide. So I thought, why not bring that in, and I'm just going to stick that there. So I think I'm going to just stick all that together. So this is becoming like a really, really long video. Sorry, guys. So I'm just going to stick this down, and hopefully I can stick it where I had it. And then I have procrastinated enough, and so have you. So, but it's just amazing, isn't it, when you go, you know, now since I've done, I mean, I've always been done paper crafting and quilting and that sort of thing, and so much inspires me in different places. So, but I actually squealed out loud when I saw these, that though I picked them up at first and went, oh wow, they'd be good to store bits and pieces in. And then when I saw like the yellow sale sign, I didn't really take much notice, because all I saw was the $34.95, and I thought, there's no way in this world I'm going to spend $34.95 on something, you know, when I've got containers and all that sort of thing that I could store this stuff in. Then when I saw that they were $5, I'm like, no, that can't be right. And in Officeworks, they don't have a scanner that you can check the prices. So it's like, that cannot be right. It can't be $5. Can't be $5. So, and I checked the tags, and I checked the code on the tags and everything else, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's $5. as I said, I grabbed the 4 best ones that I could, and I took them up with my pen, or a couple of pens that I originally went in there for. And I said to the lady, I said, these actually had a sales tag underneath them for $5, but I don't think that's right. And she scanned it and she said, yep, that's right. I went, oh my God, I'll take them. So absolute bargain, absolute bargain. But it's amazing, isn't it, what you can see and what you can actually use to store. I mean, I like this idea because they're not big, bulky containers that I'm trying to store on my desk or whatever. I can just slot them in on my desk beside a cabinet that I've got here, and they're there, they're at hand. Whereas at the moment, as you can see in that little pouch, I have got just stuff everywhere and I don't tend to sort of go through it. So whereas this way, if I gradually, as I see, you know, I'm going through things, I can be organized and put them in these folders, I'm going to be more likely to use them. And that's the whole thing, isn't it? We have so much stuff. Well, I know I do. I've got so much stuff, and admittedly it's, you know, over 30 years I've been doing this sort of, not junk journaling, but paper crafting, and you just collect and collect and collect. So I just think this is a great way to be able to use up, you know, store your stuff and actually have it at hand and actually use it up. So but yeah, as I said before, once again, guys, please don't be shy. I'm going to put my email down below if you would like some bits and pieces of happy mail to add to your stash. I am more than happy to send it to you. I love to share. So, and goodness knows I have enough to share. So we are actually looking at hopefully moving to the beach in a few years' time. So I'm going to have to downsize, so I may as well start now. So please don't be shy. If you would like some little bits and pieces sent, I would love to do that. So there we go. So please do. I'm actually going to, that's not stuck down properly, but I'm going to actually just roll that so that it's it looks like it's meant to be like that. And then this little bit here, so it ties in with what we have over here, I'm just going to stick just off to the side a bit there. Okay. So that's that. That will hopefully stick down. Let's cover up my ink. I'm really happy with those. I think they are so cute and such a bargain for $5 each. So there we go. So this one is for my stamps. I might even do, you know, anything maybe to do with postage. I might do my little mini postcards. I know I've got more than that, so I might do mini postcards. I'll show you again. This one is for labels and tags. Very simple but cute. This one I think is still my favorite. So this one's for botanicals, and this one is for butterflies and birds. I like it as well. So that's those, guys. So, you know, like, keep your eye out. I mean, you could do this on a smaller version. You can get your business card holders that are, you know, A6. Why not cover them with fabric and do that? Why not? I might even see if I can find some smaller ones and do another Procrastinate with me video. So what do you reckon? Sounds good. All right, so that's that, guys. I'm going to love and leave you in a minute. I just wanted to show you this little thing that I've made, and I will actually be doing this is going to be part of a giveaway on my Instagram channel. So if you haven't liked me or haven't followed me or started following me on Instagram, I'll put the link down below so that you can if you wish to. So this is great. I keep all my bookbinding tools and thread in one place. I mean, I don't know whether you can see it without me tipping. So once again, I've used my beloved Tim Holtz fabric. You can see. It's all got eyelets, really, really strong. So I've got another one there that I'm going to actually show you how I put it all together. And then I will be doing a giveaway, and someone will be lucky enough to either they can choose this one or the other one that I'm going to be making. So keep an eye out for that. That's probably a few weeks away yet, but I just want to share that with you. I just love it. It's so easy. It's on my desk. I know where all my bookbinding bits and pieces and thread are, and I can just grab it. So okay guys, I'm going to leave you with that. So I hope you have enjoyed this video today. Keep an eye out at your office supply stores for this sort of thing. I just couldn't believe my luck when I found these for $5 each. So I think I might have to get Jim to take me back and see if I can get a few more. So take care guys, and look after yourselves. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, or just give me a like, a thumbs up, that'd be great. And once again, please don't be shy. Please send me your address via email. I'll put my email address down below, and I would be more than happy to share some of my bits and pieces with you. All right guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.